Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans. What we do around here is bring about conversations on a psychological, emotional, and coaching related paradigms. We try to do that as often as we can. We've got over 750 audios available for your listening pleasure on a variety of topics. We add to that as often as we can, usually several times per week. If you're looking for coaching in business, personal, patterns of habit, and or any other area, would love to help you. And so there's a couple ways you can reach out: at PO Perception on Twitter, or the About Me section on this YouTube page. Either one will get you in contact with me or a member of my team, and we can make things happen in a good way for you. So, what are 5 things that you need to be able to do that ultimately can help you change the world? We all want to know that the legacy we lead and the legacy we leave matters, and so changing the world is one way that we can do that. You can do that through art. You can do that through quality relationships. You can do that through inventing something. You can do that through helping people. There's a million ways to change the world, but what do you need to do to be able to make the style of change that you want to make? The first is know yourself, your strengths, your weaknesses, your value, the things you're not good at, your blind spots, your emotional triggers, your things you need to learn, the things you want to avoid, the things you're no good at, and all these things. Everything that you know about yourself, the better you know yourself, the better you can master the ability to get to a place that means something in the long run as far as making an impact. When you deny parts of yourself for the benefit of trying to appear a certain way, eventually those things, even if it takes months or years, will come to the surface and undo all the work you've done if you've tried to portray a false image or an image that isn't in line with who you truly are. So the more authentic you are as it relates to how you relate to the world, the easier it becomes to manage how you're seen and the value thereof. The next thing is kill fear. Now, fear is a natural emotion that comes from the biology of protecting oneself from dangerous situations. You're never going to get past fear in terms of having it as a connective with your life experience. We fear the unknown, we fear things we don't understand, we fear rejection, we fear lots of things. But allowing fear to determine what decisions we make and what pathways we take in life can be one of the most damaging things that any person can do. So, unless you are in imminent danger of death or injury, fear is relatively useless because it holds us back from having experiences that can positively and sometimes negatively affect our lives. If it negatively affects our life, it doesn't mean the negativity has to be permanent. It actually can be an invitation to re-establish and redefine what we want to get out of life in general. So hopefully that's helpful to you in that particular perspective. The next thing is question all things. Just because someone tells you something, just because the media says something, just because a religious leader or a political leader says something doesn't mean that it's true. So while you need to be open minded to the ideas of others because they may know more than you, at the same time, taking anything at face value, it can be negative in the sense of, yes, it's possible that what a person is saying to you is true, but also it's possible that what a person is saying to you is false. Charting the way things happen over time and trying to figure out the motivations, positive and negative, that a person has towards a situation can be one of the most important things that a person can do in order to live the most authentic life possible. I've got to grab my phone, but we'll be back with more right after this. And I mean, ultimately, understanding the value of the decisions we make and the choices we make is super important. But understanding that we must be at our best with everything we do. In other words, that is, don't take attempts at forward motion lightly. And taking them seriously also means being ready for any chances that you take, and or being completely focused to the best of your ability. Giving your best to something means, not overcommitting. It also means being focused on doing the best you can with everything you possibly have in your arsenal from a mental, emotional, and spiritual standpoint at any given moment with any given action. And the last thing, then one of the most important things, is having an action plan for positive change in any situation that you find yourself in. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that in the end you're going to necessarily make every right decision. And certainly, having an action plan can mean making mistakes along the way. But at the same time, a true mistake is one where one is underprepared. A need for recalibration, however, is something different than that. So, finding the balance between needing to recalibrate and living authentically and doing the best you can to live a smart, intelligent, meaningful, long term, life existence, the easier it is to get to a place where you begin to want to know and live in the best way you possibly can continually is a smart and helpful approach. So, in any event, until next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.